Usually I try and stay positive and at least neutral in my videos, but not today. I feel like shit. I mean, I don't even physically I feel as good as I normally do, except for the nonstop air show and the straight whiteout skies, vanilla skies they call them. They used to have these back in the 1800s too, because all the old pictures of the old buildings in the Tartarian world got vanilla skies. And if you go even farther back in the historical books, the Bible calls the devil the prince of the power of the air. Goes the airplane over my head, right overhead again for the 300th time in the last, hour and a half. Because continuous airplanes flying every direction at 1,200 feet over every neighborhood and every town all the time is perfectly normal. Because if it's happening, it's perfectly normal, right? It's perfectly normal for that. There's nothing strange about private pilots who just like to fly their airplanes slowly at 1,200 feet over town every single day of the week. It makes a lot of sense. It's a busy modern world. Some of those guys are probably working too. They're doing important jobs in their airplanes, flying back and forth over town at 1,200 feet all day, every day. So much important work to do, right? Such fucking bullshit. I will never forget the Thanksgiving of 2014. Because I walk out the door of my shop and just wondering, okay, what are we going to see today? It's 2022 now? It's been a while. Yeah, 2014, Thanksgiving. So what do we get for Thanksgiving from our wonderful fucking government? Open the door and I'm like, blue skies. Oh, hell yeah. And I look up and there's 3 circles over town. There's a chemtrail jet. One jet has left, finishing its 3rd circle over the east side of town to the west side. But the whole town. Portland and Vancouver, basically. Did a big loop over it. Actually, that was not so much Portland. It was more like Troutdale, Camas, Vancouver, and East Portland. That's where the circle was. Flying in 3 big circles right there. It was like 9 a.m. In fact, I made a video about it. It's in one of those ones in the back from years ago, 2014. Anyway, it's only gotten worse. People are fucking retarded. I live in the retarded states of America. The whole world is. They're a bunch of fucking dickless fucking cowards, if you ask me. Well, let's just sit on our hands at our corporate jobs and pretend there's nothing bad happening to our families. Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll get the best healthcare coverage, and then my kids will grow up and go to college, and they'll buy a home and be happy too. Bullshit. Is that what people really think? These yupsters and hipsters buying their fucking little condos for $500,000 and shit? Oh, that's nothing. That's a conspiracy theory going on there. We're gonna live our lives right, and we're not stupid like our parents and grandparents were. We're gonna eat healthy and live our lives correctly, and then we're gonna grow up and have good long lives. As long as we take our pills, we're gonna have good healthy. As long as we get our injections, we're gonna have good healthy lives. As long as I got my hover round, I'll have a good life. Fucking bullshit. What a shithole fucking philosophy that is. Yeah, I'm a hipster. I'm 20 something and I feel all right. So these guys are just stupid. They didn't know how to take care of themselves. And so when they got old, they have all these problems now. But we're not going to do that because we're smart. I'm going to go get some vaccinations. That way I'll stay extra healthy. I'm getting some vaccinations. Yeah, these guys are real smart. Real smart generation coming up here. And they're going to have great lives because they're so much more intelligent than my generation was or the one before. Of course, and there is a case to be made for that. I mean, I look at my mom's generation. I'm like, and the hippies and all that kind of shit. I'm like, you guys are fucking stupid. They bought every hook, line, and sinker, every bit of bullshit the fucking shadow government put out. All of it. They believe it all. They believe all of it. As far as, the flat Earth and the globe Earth. I'd never once pondered the idea. I just accepted what I was told, just like everybody does when they're taught something when they're little kids. Little kids. What? We're on a spinning globe? Yeah, you're on a spinning globe. Okay. So that's how that works. So now that I've, pondered physics and laws and force and motion and things, and it actually came up as a thought to me to question it, I'm like thinking, when something turns like a merry-go-round, it makes a force that pulls sideways. And it doesn't matter if you're at the top of the merry-go-round pole or the bottom of the merry-go-round pole in the middle, it's only pulls sideways. Now, gravity is explained as center of mass. So the reason we can walk around the ball of Earth and we all think we're standing upright is because it pulls towards the center, so we're always pulling straight down to the ground. Now, if you take these two forces and you make a force vector, which is the force split between them, depending on the angle that their forces are, interacting, you get a straight sideways line, and then you get a radiused line that goes from the North Pole to the South Pole on a globe. You know what I'm talking about? It's the globe. Here's the globe. It's round, pulls towards the middle. It's called force vector. That is the simplest. It's the simplest physics. What would you call it? Equation you could make is the joint of two forces. I mean, if you've ever drove a car, been on a merry-go-round, rode a bicycle, been in an airplane, you've experienced two forces at the same time. And everybody who's not completely brain dead like a vegetable in a coma knows what that is. So all you got to do is make it a question. It becomes a question. I wonder, why would people think? And there you go. That's start on the surface. You don't need to go out and measure the stars or look at the sun or take some sort of interferometer readings, blah, blah, blah. So you can just do a simple equation that uses force vectors that we all understand and go, well, if you're on a globe that spins and there's nothing opposing this sideways force at the top and the bottom because of the radius of the globe, then a perfectly normal airplane should fly along and, give you some free microwaves, because this is the land of freedom. Soon we'll all be free from all our cares and worries forevermore, thanks to the freedom spray and the free microwaves. Thanks, Uncle Sam Hain, you're great. People join the military and they think they're protecting us. Fucking retarded ass clowns. I grew up watching playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare and fucking watching video games or watching TV like G.I. Joe and shit. I don't even do that anymore. They probably just play video games. I've been playing Call of Duty since I was 2 years old. Now I'm going to join the army and help protect America from the terrorists. Fucking retarded. And the parents that think that that's true and just allow their kids to believe those things. And, my kids don't believe half the shit I say, but at least I fucking say it to them. I don't just go, yeah, kids, everything's just like you see on TV. You should do everything the police tell you to do, no matter what. And you should always, get all your vaccinations, because that's the way to be smart. Smart people know that if it's important, it'll be on the television news, and we should all go do what it says. There's some dumb people question that, and then they have problems, and they end up in trouble with the law or something because they're rebels that just want to cause trouble for us all. But the smart people, kids, the smart people know that you do whatever the television says you should do, and always obey law enforcement no matter what. That's what it means to be free. Now you're free from having to worry about anything, right? Because freedom's great. We live in a free country. There's a freebie. Get the fuck out of here, bee. A freebie. Anyway. What a shithole. And I grew up in this area. Nice cedar tree right here. I grew up around here, and when I was younger, it was a great place. There was actually friendly, nice creatures, The bugs were not weird bugs that get up in your face every time an airplane flies over, and there were no airplanes flying over you unless you were at the airport or some shit. And like the jetliners, but see, when I was younger, I've been on them. I went on a whole lot of jetliners in '79 when I was 9 years old because we went on a vacation around the world. And so I was on a lot of planes. And every single one of them that we flew, taxied down the runway, took off, and then climbed up to a high elevation immediately. No, 20-minute pause to cruise over the town next to you across the river for, 15, 20 minutes and then climb up to altitude. And when we came into land, I don't recall ever cruising over the town for 10, 15 minutes either, except for a couple times. It's like, because the airport's right in the middle of town, like in Las Vegas or something. That has to happen there, but not around PDX, not in any of the, it just depends on the airport somewhat. But anyway, point being, you don't get on a jet and have it take off and we're your captain speaking, we're flying to, Rio de Janeiro. No, that's a little too far. We're flying to Phoenix, Arizona, and then have them take off from Portland and then spend 20 minutes flying over Clark County real slow. We're going to cruise over Clark County real slow. If you look out your window, you'll see Vancouver Lake, and coming up here will be Lacamas Lake, and then we're going to climb up to our altitude and go to Phoenix. That doesn't happen. The jet takes off. It immediately climbs up, and you climb for quite a ways, and then you're at your altitude, and then you fly to where you're fucking going. But these ones, they cruise all over the city. Sometimes at 45-degree banked angles. I've never been on a commercial jet and had them bank a 45-degree. That's quite an angle. Doesn't happen. But it happens if you watch the sky around here, which nobody does, apparently. Or if they do, they don't know what they're seeing. Or if they do know what they're seeing, they just don't care. They don't say anything about it. Fucking, Look, I notice every little thing. It sucks. But it's, would you rather? I don't know what there's even to say about that. Is it better to be completely unaware? Is ignorance bliss? As you go get your inhaler and take your pill from your doctor because you think he's helping you? The very notion that our medical establishment is unaware that there's aluminum oxide, barium, and strontium gas being sprayed by the megaton on top of every city daily, that our modern medical system, with all of its advanced, understanding of human health, they're unaware of that. They did. I guess Dr. So-and-so just went on his way home every evening. I would go get in my brand new Mercedes and drive to my mansion. Oh, what beautiful freedom spray we got going. Oh, look at those contrails. Wow, let you know you're on a spinning ball, right? Fucking whatever. Yeah, the doctors and lawyers and judges, oh, well, their attitude must be that, well, there's nothing I can do about it, so how about I just enjoy my high-paying job and all of my respect and status that I get, that I don't even have to do much for, and I'll just plan my vacation and do the best we can. We'll just do the best we can with all of our money. Too bad for those poor people living out in the gutter. Oh, well, they can live outside and suck up the chemtrail all day and all night, every day and every night. Oh, excuse me, there's no such thing as chemtrails. I meant the persistent heavy contrails, Mr. Tyson. Neil in the grass Tyson. And Joe Rogan, what a faggot fucking pair they are. Yucking it up about, some people think the government's spraying them, says Joe Rogan. Says Neil deGrasse Tyson. Oh, those are persistent heavy contrails. I'm sure it's a result of man-made global climate change that's happening. It's because people are bad and they're destroying the world, you see. And now there's these trails left behind the jets. Well, that's because of what we're doing to the environment. And that's why the ecosystems are collapsing and stuff, you see. Because what we're doing, it's not that we're spraying stuff and then it's poisoning everything and everyone, and that's why the ecosystems are collapsing and dying, and that's why everything's going to shit. No, it's not that. It's because people are bad and they're overusing the earth and they're causing this to come on themselves. See, that's what's going on. It's you doing it. You're doing it to yourself and your family because you're stupid and you need to be eliminated. That's our government's and our corporates, motto. And we're the people that are supposedly buying their shit. I mean, the world is a fake ass fucking dog and pony show. Anybody that can't see it is absolutely got their head up their fucking ass. Hey, here comes an airplane. Isn't that neato? And it's a little lax day today. Normally there'd have been 10 planes go over by now. I guess they sprayed enough into the sky that they can cut back on the microwaves for a minute. I don't know. There is a pattern to it. They're listening to me talk probably. And they go, "Hey, faggot, crash and burn, you piece of shit. Fucking kill yourself, bitch." What a bunch of bullshit. And I don't mean faggot in a derogatory term toward anybody who's homosexual. It doesn't even hardly carry that connotation to me. I mean, it's generally, I guess a lot of people think that, but to me, a faggot is somebody who's like in a gang or a club or a group that has an agenda of causing harm to, or taking advantage of is more the term I'm looking for, of taking advantage of and deceiving and thereby causing harm and getting something over on the rest of society or people in general. People, scammers, freaking fraudulent fucks, sociopaths. When I say faggot, I really kind of mean sociopathic fucking, sexual predator. Faggot means sexual predator. So there you go. I don't care if anybody's gay or not. I'm not gay, as far as I know. So there you go. Anyway, out here in the power line. See all this stupid field here that's just sitting here doing nothing? So we're going to tear down that farmhouse and get rid of all these trees, and we're going to put some roads in right through here, we're going to cut down all those trees right there and put the road through here, and then we're going to put a neighborhood under the power lines. It's going to be great. Think of all the money we're going to make. Oh yeah, that'll be great, huh? That's a good idea. Because who needs these stupid pastures? Pastures are dumb. They're not making any money. What could you possibly do with a pasture to make money? There probably used to be a dairy farm. I've fallen, and I can't get it up. Give me some blue pills. Hey, he came back. Hey, how you doing, man? You're number 1. Wait, you're number 2. That means poo. You're number 2. That means poo, Mr. Airplane Fag. Fuck you. I just don't know what to say today, Sick of all this bullshit. And it's just never ending. Never ending. Get out of my face, bug. NASA. Co-opted insects. What if breathing in tuned antenna particles that filled your body left you with let's see here, how would you describe that? What if you could breathe in all these particles, they fill up your body as much as they can, and then the shape of your body, the exact specific shape, will be filled with all of these electrically conductive particles. And then you were to beam a microwave into the body, and it would reflect a signature depending upon how many particles were in it, what arrangement those particles were in, where they became located within that body. And that would make what do they call it? A signature. Yeah, like a signature. And what if you had some sort of radar type of thing that could catch the signal bouncing off of that signature, bouncing off of all those particles, and read it? Would that work? Gee whiz, I wonder. It's a I guess we'll never know because that's some high science concept that normal people could never understand. So, I guess it's impossible. So let's just breathe in the stuff and hey, we'll have a good time. We'll go to the doctor and get some pills and then everything will be okay in the land of the free. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. Yeah, let's teach our kids the same thing. Do everything your television tells you. Get as many vaccines as possible and don't forget to vote. That's important because we need your consent. Don't forget to vote. Voting means you're consenting. You're agreeing to the election and to abide by the outcome. So we need that so that we can do what we do in good conscience, right? Because we couldn't do these bad things to us if we didn't agree with it, which is a very strange concept, and it seems to be true. They somehow get people to agree. They lie. They present false realities and people believe them, and then they go and agree to do stuff that they shouldn't do, wouldn't do normally, wouldn't even be an option for them to do if not for all the deception, like wars, drafts. Draft. Yeah, I'm in a free country. Your son's gonna go fight in Vietnam. We're gonna have a draft so we don't have enough people in the army. Well, that's not a problem nowadays. We've got 3 generations raised on Call of Duty Modern Warfare. They already know what the weapons are called. They already know how to use them. And their head is completely filled. Their subconscious and their mind is completely filled with images of war that they've been, playing in the video games, that they've been imagining in their minds while they're playing their games their whole lives. And now, gee, where's the terrorists are going to get you? Oh, we got to go have some wars with all of our... And you see, we don't have to have a draft anymore because we got millions of retards that are on Ritalin and played video games their whole lives, ready to go kill people on a dime. And then they'll come back to the United States after their 7 tours in Afghanistan and be our police. Because we need 20 and 30-somethings with guns and SUVs to protect us here in America. Because we're such a vulnerable nation because of our open freedom and stuff. Well, not our open borders, but just because we're a free country, then that means that we're at risk, and we need heroes, 20 and 30-something-year-old heroes with guns returning from war to come and protect us from all those threats that are everywhere around us all the time. And we don't realize how lucky we are to have so many law enforcement people protecting us at all times. That's a fact, and we should never forget that, kids. Always do what the law enforcement tells you, and always respect them, no matter what. I don't care if they beat up your grandmother and take a piss on her in the middle of the street. You, goddamn it, you do what that cop tells you to do.